messages leaked?
The what?
Yeah, what is a war messages leak?
Oh, bring Chris back in here for this. Where's Chris? Chris!
This is Hagstaff on Signal?
This is crazy to me. Chris, this is crazy.
All right, so guys, we're back. What's up, y'all? Hope everybody's been doing well. We had a couple hiccups, but we are back. We are here. We are going to kick it. So this is Andrew Schulz and Charlamagne. Of course, they're going to take the reins on the Signal leak conversation that, by the way, has already ended. We did say last week it would be pretty much done, but I kind of want to go back into this for a different reason. So if you guys stick with me, we will we'll talk about the reason. Andrew Schulz, I always find to be condescending when he talks to Charlamagne. But Charlamagne says they're kind of goofy, whatever. But these are the guys, Andrew Schulz and Charlamagne, coming together. They're gonna break down this geopolitical issue that we're having in the Middle East and the Signal leaks. Because, well, if all else fails, we'll go to Andrew Schulz and Charlamagne. Let me stop being funny. Like I said it. Politics and culture are not. It used to be pop culture and politics, like. Culture was right underneath politics or something like that. Now they're melding. They've melded. So let's get with it. Never one to be behind the times. Let's go ahead and get with it.
It is crazy, and I don't feel like we're taking this serious enough, but I really don't know what is there to be done.
But what is it?
Do y'all use Signal?
No. You want to know I never use Signal? Let me tell you I never use Signal.
I've used it.
Let me tell on. I'm going to tell on.
I downloaded it one time, and then I stopped, but...
There's a bunch of people in this business, in various business, entertainment, politics especially. I'm not even going to say entertainment. Most people that I see on Signal are political people, whether they pundits, elected officials, staffers, shit like that.
Yeah.
And I always said to myself, what would be the easiest way to spy on everybody? Create an app that you think is a secret. Create an app that you think that you can go on and have private conversations. So I was like, why are y'all on Signal? First of all, I don't want to talk to you if you got to tell me something that you don't want nobody else to see.
But that's just a dumb take, though, right? That's a very stupid take. It's dumb. Sometimes I just... Sorry. I know how I sound. By the way, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Listen, y'all. Come on, okay? I don't know if y'all forgot 2020, but I am still a registered nurse. Telling people you had to take a shot just to go to the supermarket, because there was a time where they were saying that in New York, you couldn't go to like a restaurant without your card, right? And well, supermarkets have cards. Supermarkets have restaurants in them, so technically you wouldn't be able to get into that supermarket without your card. There were people who had to figure things out a certain way. Well, we'll leave it at that. So what are you talking about, man? But y'all forgot. You don't think they would do stuff like that again? The fact that they did it the first time, I was like, this is crazy. So what, you need another time?
If it's that top secret,
yeah,
we need to go have a lunch or something. You know what I'm saying? We need to meet somewhere and talk face to face. But I never understood why all of these political people wanted to be on this app. And some of these political people are die-hard conspiracy theorists. Don't trust the government for nothing. Don't trust the white man for nothing. But you would get on an app that he told you is a secret? What sense does that make?
Talk that shit.
That's all I'm saying. So I can't believe they was on it.
Chris said,
okay, everybody's known about Signal. I don't think any of these apps are like top secret, but I just know that I'm being like watched or whatever. But you see how he's like, he doesn't care. He laughs because it's such a dumb take. He's like, talk that shit, talk that shit. Like, he's letting them do all the goofy chimping. Okay, all right, let me not get mad, Joe, man. It's embarrassing.
he'll be back in 5 minutes.
I just can't believe they were on here. Why were they having this conversation on Signal?
But what is the combo? I'm curious what they said.
Well, Washington, D.C. is still digesting a serious security breach at the heart of the Trump administration. It's the story of how a journalist, The Atlantic Magazine's Jeffrey Goldberg, was added to a Signal platform messaging group, which apparently included Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, in addition to National Security Advisor Mike Walls. The topic being discussed was attacking the Iran-backed, what did that make it up?
Houthi group in Yemen.
Goldberg said he had seen...
Can't read Houthi? He can read it. He's just trying to be like like a funny guy. Did I ask y'all to please hit like and subscribe and the notification bell? I just like, you know it says Houthi. Houthi.
Classified military plans for the strikes, including weapons packages, targets, and timing. 2 hours before the bombs.
Now let me just
struck.
Oh, they did strike?
Yeah, this already happened.
Oh.
This happened already.
Oh. Interesting. Well, if it already happened, then what I was going to say doesn't really matter.
But they were like talking about the strike before it happened. Then the strike happened. Then they're all congratulating themselves like, great job, guys.
And then this dude who was on the text snitched on it?
Yeah.
He's a journalist. They accidentally added him to it.
Yeah, but what a dummy.
Stop. Who's dumber, him or the fucking guys who added him to the group chat?
Yeah.
Why are you having this group chat on Signal?
My point is not this. It's like you're on a group chat that incredibly powerful and influential people don't know that you're on.
No, they added him.
No, let me just get it all out.
Uh-huh.
They probably added him accidentally because they don't want somebody that works for the Atlantic to be privy to this information. So he could have just stayed silent and then got way better, cooler, more interesting information than whether we're going to attack the Ram.
You know, I have an episode coming out shortly about Sexy Red being a CIA operative, right? Bro, man, I'm starting to think this about a lot of people. Like, dog, like, because what Andrew's doing here is actually watering down the seriousness of this quote leak, okay? It is hilarious actually to watch because he's like, well, the newscaster is the dummy. Why are you bringing it to him? Like, dog, like they made it like it was in total incompetence. Yeah, but he could have stayed quiet and got more stuff. Why are we talking about that? Listen, let me tell you something, okay? In this so-called leak, they were using emojis to say how we were bombing Yemen, all right? They took down a whole residential building to get one person. In the meantime, the leak actually makes J.D. Vance look pretty good because it says, like, he's saying, like, oh, I don't know about bombing doing all this stuff, getting involved with this stuff, and I'm loosely quoting, because it's not really part of, the President's America First agenda. But listen, if this is what he wants to do, man, I got his back, yo, I got his back. I am loosely quoting, okay? So it makes him look like he's the base America Firster, right? There's a lot that's going on in this. By the way, matter of fact, let me pull up Eric Abinade because he pulled up something a little different that I didn't expect to see. Like, I mean, you know what the problem is, man? I'm just done pretending. I'm done acting like this is Eric Abinade. If you're not following him on Twitter, please follow him. This guy is very much look. He just reports, he clips and does reports on things, right? So, God, I hope they didn't take this down. He does a lot of tweets too. And I'm not going to edit this at all. I'm not going to edit this at all. But come on, Eric, where is it at? Because I commented on it. Hold on. Is this it? No. Bam. This was it. Who in the Trump administration? Okay, so this is J.D. Vance who wrote for the Atlantic. Too many Donald Trump feels good, but he can't fix America's growing social and cultural crisis. The eventual come down will be harsh. By the way, that is the vice president talking about the president, but before he was vice president, right? And then all of a sudden he had a quick, quick turn of the, he got a quick Peter Thiel whiplash of the mind. Anyway, look at this is how he writes about Donald Trump. It enters minds not through lungs or veins, but through eyes and ears, and its name is Donald Trump. Okay, so this is how he feels about him. Who in the Trump administration would have Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg's number in their phone? J.D. Vance, who wrote the infamous Opioid of the Masses article on July 4th, 2016 in the Atlantic. This same year, Goldberg returned to the Atlantic as editor-in-chief, and I said, boom. But people get mad, like, people get big mad when you say stuff like, it's not the one who set up the call. Like, He's like, there was skepticism that anyone in MAGA would even have the phone number of Jeffrey Goldberg, but neglected to mention that J.D. Vance was supervised by Goldberg at one point. No doubt they used to communicate. Exactly. So it's like MAGA used to be like, oh, you know, like they'll come at anybody who had Goldberg's phone number, but I didn't know that these two worked together until I read Erica Benade's tweet, right? But Andrew Schulz wants you to just pay attention to the fact that Goldberg, he's dumb. He should have just stayed silent. No, I have no problem with Goldberg for what he did. Matter of fact, thank you for coming out. He probably felt weird because I don't think that he was part of the leak necessarily, like the planned leak. I could be wrong.
And back Houthis, which no one in America even knows about or can pronounce. He's in on a group.
You see how they talk? No one in America knows about him. Let me tell you something. It's not right what the establishment does in our name. So if you can't pronounce it or do anything, whatever, like he said, please learn about it.
Chat that will know our plans for Ukraine, know our plans for Israel, Palestine, know our plans for China. Like, and you just outed yourself after the Houthis thing?
You know why? Because he cares about his country more than content.
I don't think so. I think they booted his ass out, and then he doesn't have any more access to it. So he's like, all right, now I'm a snitch.
Nah, because he wasn't supposed to be in there to begin with.
I know.
Ew, why is it? That's disgusting.
What I'm saying is they found out he wasn't supposed to be there.
He said he, which is smart.
Yeah.
He said he removed himself.
And then snitched.
Because he was like, I don't want to know about this shit. Because now you put a real target on your back. Actually, him not going public.
And then he put his hand on his mouth.
Probably, and I'm not saying that they would do anything like this.
Go public, you save yourself. Because if you don't go public, they'll kill you. And be like,
okay, well, Andrew said it. He's MAGA. He can say this thing.
MAGA. You're the one on Fox News every single week, like,
let's
fuck
go.
the Democrats.
Let's go.
Democrats ain't shit.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? I'll say fuck them on Fox. I'll say fuck them on CNN. I'll say fuck them on MSNBC. Let my group chat leak and see who else saying fuck them. You'll be like, oh, shit.
Yeah. That's what
Everybody thinks it's so cool now to like fuck the Democrats. From Democrats. Sorry, I think I might be a little too close to the mic, so please bear with me. But yeah, everybody thinks it's like really cool to like I'm based. I say F the Democrats and that's fine. I'm not a Democrat, okay? Yeah, I gotta say it 100 times. I'm not a Democrat, but like the fact that I see that it's starting to become so-called cool to be Republican is how I know that we have bigger fish to fry. But anyway, Andrew Schulz needs to go get checked out, allegedly, in my opinion. And I think that he's there to kind of control the narrative. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.